Hi everyone, this is Bridgid here to talk to you about the tools you'll need for this project. We want to make this chair build as accessible as possible, so these are all tools that you can find at a local home center. Okay, so the first and biggest tool you'll need is a 10-inch bandsaw. This is the Rikon 10-inch bandsaw that Kale and I used for the whole project. This is definitely the priciest tool on the list, so do not worry if you can't afford it just yet. All of the bandsaw operations can also be done with a handheld jigsaw. But if you can afford it, this tool is a great investment and will make the whole process a lot easier. Second on the list is a power drill. This is a drill by a well-known brand and has an all-metal chuck and quality battery. This is another great long-term investment which will last you a long time and can be used in a ton of different applications. Here we have a 5/8 inch extra long spade bit. This extra long length makes drilling the stick mortises much easier and more accurate. When shopping for these, look for the ones that have these 3 pointy bits at the end. This will drill a much cleaner hole. Next up is a 1-inch auger bit. The screw tip on this bit makes drilling large holes go a lot more smoothly. This is the bit we'll be using to drill our leg mortises. The last of the bits needed for this project are brad point bits. You'll need one 3/16 inch brad point bit. The pokey ends on these bits will help you drill more accurately. Okay, next tool on the list is a block plane. Fancy block planes can get really expensive, but this affordable home center block plane will work just fine. You'll also need a sliding bevel. This is what we use to guide us when we drill angled mortises. The sliding bevel shown here is from Kale's personal tool collection, but you can find cheaper versions of these at any home center. A flush cut saw really comes in handy for this project when it's time to cut down our tenons and level our legs. This is another well-known brand that you can find at any home center. An inexpensive chisel is really nice to have around during glue up, and we'll explain why later. For this build, a 3/4 inch chisel would be ideal. Now for clamps. You'll need at least 4 24-inch long bar clamps for this project. Again, clamps such as these are a great investment, but if you can't afford them yet, do not worry. Check out Chapter 5 where I show you a cheaper solution to these 4 bar clamps. Combination squares are a great tool to have around for all sorts of reasons. These come in all types of sizes at the home center, but it's best if you can find one that's made of steel and contains a bubble level. Yardsticks are pretty self-explanatory. I think you'd be surprised at how useful they are for chair making. A hammer is another self-explanatory tool. When shopping for these, I think a 16-ounce weight is preferred along with a comfortable wooden handle. Utility blades can be surprisingly good for removing tool marks or any pre-existing finish on our chair parts. They're cheap and multi-use. Now on to brushes. I have several different types here. This smaller one is great for applying glue. This 2-inch bristle brush is great for applying wax. And this synthetic angled tip brush is great for applying paint. As for sandpaper, a small variety is needed for this build. 120 grit is great for finishing and producing a smooth surface. 80 grit is great for shaping and removing any tool or machine marks. This cork block is nice to have to wrap your sandpaper around, and this ensures that you'll be sanding with a flat surface. This trapezoid-shaped one is particularly nice because it's easy to get into the nooks and crannies when sanding. And last but not least, you will need a shop towel. You can find these in several places at the home center, and they're usually labeled as wiping cloths or shop towels. So yeah, that is basically it. These are all the tools you'll need to build our chair out of home center materials. You can find all these tools and more information about them in Chapter 2 of Build a Chair from BS, which you can read for free here. So let's get to building!